And so it was that I started grinding for armors and weapon orbs. This process, it took a while. Quite a while. Yeah. Let's consider for a moment that the weapon orbs, of which I needed to get 9, are rare drops. Remember how long it took me to get that one Griffin helm? So let's be honest. Just how much of this did you really want to see? Yeah, I didn't think so. I did, for proof of concept, at least get one weapon orb on camera. But for the rest, methinks it best to just show you the results. So here we go. 3 fairy rings and 2 glove orbs from wolf lords, 2 axe orbs from fiend heads, 2 fairy crowns and a whip orb from terminators, 2 fairy cloaks and a boomerang orb from master ninjas, a spear orb from tsunamis, a bow orb from metal crabs, and a power suit and a javelin orb from whimpers. So with that out of the way, okay, so after all that item grinding, let's go ahead and make use of that. Hey there, Watts. We have plenty of business for you. And with over 5 million gold, I think we can afford it. So let's see, the Griffin Claws become the Dragon Claws, which further become the Aura Glove. The Great Axe becomes the Gigas Axe, which further becomes the Doom Axe. The Dragon Lance becomes the Daedalus Lance, or however you pronounce that. The Nimbus Chain becomes the Gigas Flail. The Doom Bow becomes my personal favorite of the level 9 weapons, Garuda Buster! I love that name. The Shuriken becomes Ninja's Trump. And the Dragon Dart becomes Valkyrian, which also sounds pretty cool. Satisfy my curiosity, since, yeah, during the item grinding, Valor pretty much maxed his weapons for that time period. I'm gonna switch to a level 8 weapon on him that can, a level 9 weapon to see if it goes above level 8 in experience. The top bow. Okay, Garuda Buster it is. Because that is a mighty weapon. And it's off to the Mana Fortress once again. Come, Flammy, let's go! Just position ourselves right and not overshoot it. Okay, so if I attack some ducks here with my lovely new bow and arrow, will that make a difference? Well, at least reached level 90. That gives you an idea of how long I've been at this. And we get ninja gloves, which don't really compare to the wrist armor I have now. So let's see here. The Garuda Buster does not seem to be leveling up any. So either it just takes a huge amount of experience, or level 8 is the farthest it can go. So, yeah, for now, just gonna switch back to the whip because I know I'm gonna need it. And let's go! So yes, actually hunting for the weapon orbs, that was a thing. That was that was a test of patience, and it also got me to experiment with save states, which gave me a bit of insight as to how the random number generator works in this game, as it applies at least to treasure chests. When fighting an enemy that would drop something I needed, using save states before killing the enemy didn't really seem to do anything. Like restoring state and repeatedly killing the enemy to see if it would drop a treasure chest, it never really seemed to change the results. Either it would drop it or it wouldn't, and it seemed like that was set in stone, so that might be decided as soon as the enemy spawns. The treasure chest itself, though, works on a different random number generator. Once it was dropped, if I did a save state then, I could actually change what was in the treasure chest if I kept reloading. And so, I'll admit I did actually use that in order to get the weapon orbs, because seriously, it was just taking way too long. Beyond that, it did afford me the chance to conduct a bit of science, and found another way that the game does its best to keep itself from breaking itself. And that is, if you defeat an enemy that has the chance of dropping one of the 9th weapon orbs after you've already received that orb, it no longer drops the orb. Instead, it drops candy. Kind of silly to change a rare drop to candy, but, it at least keeps the game from self-destructing. That actually ties in with something else I do plan to show. You might have noticed we did not reforge the sword. That's because there isn't an enemy that actually drops a 9th sword orb. But there is actually a way to get one. It's a bit of a glitch, but it can be done. However, it breaks the game even more than I already have, so I'll be showing that after the main game footage is complete. Because it is interesting to show. However, that is something about that particular trick, is you can do it repeatedly to get a 10th sword orb, 11th, 12th, whatever you want. But if you try and reforge it at that point, it can pretty much destroy your save file beyond repair. Either that, or it'll turn the sword back into the rusty sword. And who wants that? Oh, seriously? Okay. Now, the enemies of the Mana Fortress still are not to be underestimated. Put it this way, during my weapon orb grinding, I did actually hit a point where they managed to kill off Elise, and I was out of Cups of Wishes, so that was a bad situation. Just to make absolutely sure now that I have bashed a few things in. Yep, the Gigas Flail isn't going up either. I guess level 8 really is as high as the charge can go, and I'm going the wrong way. As many times as I went through these areas, you'd think I'd be used to it now. Come on, out of the way, you pretty boy werewolf. I do love that their casting animation is actually brushing their hand through their hair. Elise, get over here. Almost have to kill off everything just to get the party to go where you want them to. I know a good bit of it is my fault for having it set to have them approach and attack, but basically your options are either that or have them run and cower in a corner. until the enemies are gone, so either way they're going to be distracted. May as well make them distracted to the point where they're going to try and take out the enemies so they can start ignoring them. There, let's wake up the sword so we can kill it, and you can pay attention, Elise. What are you hoping to do over there, really? Follow the leader. I do kind of wish that was an option. Of just, no matter what was going on, they'd follow you. Yeah, playing this via netplay with Pink, that does make party situations a lot less frustrating. So I can only imagine 3-player is even better. If only connections were better, it would have been nice to play it that way. Explode already! There now. Okay, I think we're nearing the end. That is, if the party will keep up. I've been playing such varyingly different games lately. This, Super Meat Boy, Resident Evil Umbrella Chronicles, and, Poke Park Wii. Yeah, that is, that is a strange selection of games to be playing. But they are all quite fun. Though I will admit the current level I'm on with Umbrella Chronicles is kind of annoying, just due to the enemy placement. So many spastic enemies, Wesker by himself, and a frightening lack of healing items. So let's move on past the point of no return. I believe this is the arena where we finished off Geshtar as Mech Rider 3. But now we have bigger problems. Hey there, Thanatos.